Good morning, my lovely XRP troops. You need to pay attention because Donald Trump just made it very clear what his plan is for the Fed, the governors, and how he plans to force those rates down right away. That's why I'm telling all of you wonderful people about this big piece of news that just came out. This morning's news stories talked about what this means, and I want to go into more detail because if Trump gets what he wants here, you can bet your bottom dollar. Rates will be lowered because of this. What has President Trump done? Now that a criminal case has been brought against Fed Governor Lisa Cook, he wants her to step down. What does this criminal reference mean? Well, Lisa Cook lied on her mortgage papers to get a better mortgage rate, according to President Trump's team. We can basically say that this means that if she doesn't quit, the Trump team is likely to keep looking into her and possibly charge her with a crime. So if this is true and she did lie on her mortgage papers to get a better rate, I'm sure the Trump team has already told her, you can quit and we won't look into it any further. Trump will probably try to replace Lisa Cook with someone else who wants to lower interest rates since Cook is not easy to persuade. So they need to find out why she's doing what she's doing. They need to know what drives her. Do they know anything bad about her? Also, it looks like they found this dirt. You can see there have been a number of public talks by Lisa Cook. The most recent one was at the University of Pittsburgh, where she said that the central bank could afford to keep the policy rate at its current level of 4.25% to 4.5%. As she keeps an eye on what's going on, she's being careful about lowering interest rates, putting the focus on patience because of the risks of inflation and economic uncertainty. She's basically making fun of the same points that Jerome Powell did when she says she doesn't think it's a good idea to lower rates right now. It's clear that Trump doesn't like this. Since Trump can't fire Jerome Powell, he needs to change all of the people on the Fed board who won't lower interest rates. Because rates will be dropped if 6 of the 8 governors agree with the idea. Guys, this is the last piece of the puzzle. Rates will go down if Trump replaces Lisa Cook with someone who wants to cut them, which is likely to happen. This is the last piece of the puzzle after all. At that point, 5 of the 8 members will want to lower rates. Since Trump is currently choosing a new member, that number will rise to 4. Then there will be 5 if Lisa Cook quits without being replaced. Right now is a very important time, and I shouldn't have to tell you when interest rates go down, more money flows into the markets. This means that more people will buy XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum as a way to protect themselves from inflation based on past trends and the 90% price correlation. At the same time, Goldman Sachs says the market for crypto stablecoins could be worth trillions of dollars. This is important for Ethereum, XRP, and the rest of the crypto market. I will talk about it in a moment. To begin with, though, I'd like to explain why I believe this number is too low. I know it's crazy of me to say that trillions of dollars is a low number for stable coins. I'm going to take the stablecoin model apart for all of you. Why this makes so much more sense, why it's good for the US government, all the big banks and other financial companies, and the people who made the tokens to use stablecoins instead of the US dollar. Okay, so just in case you didn't know, safe coins are backed by trust funds, right? They basically take someone's money, buy US bond, and then give them the stablecoin. This can be done with any stablecoin issuer like USDT, USDC, USD1, etc. They are backed by US government bonds. In case you didn't know, US bonds have a YI. There is more demand for their bonds, more buying of US debt, and more cash for the US government to use. This is what they really want. It's also good for the creator like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, or BlackRock, who could have their own stablecoin because they can make money just by having one. It's basically the same thing as the US dollar, but you make money just by having it. In every way, it is better money. I don't see any reason for these big banks not to jump on this trend right away and say, hey, listen, I can make money by holding money. That simple? They are going to do it, of course. They don't have to change their money over to bonds. They could just have the fixed coin and have all of their customers use it to pay for things. Then they could enjoy all the benefits. Doing this could make them trillions of dollars over the next 10 years. They would have to be crazy not to, right? From my point of view, it's such a stupid choice that everyone should do it right away, which is exactly why Goldman Sachs is making their own safe coin. That's exactly what JP Morgan does. That is what BlackRock is doing and what everyone else is doing. As of now, they're doing this because they finally woke it up. It's like, holy crap. Let's say we did this for 5 years straight. Every month, we would have made billions. Okay, now here we are. Then what does this mean for the idea of XRP, right? For XRP holders, I know that's what you care about the most. What do we stand to gain by all of these big organizations getting steady coins? Grok says that if trillions of dollars worth of stablecoins are used by a lot of people, it will have a big effect on the prices of Ethereum and XRP because they both build the platforms on which stablecoin transactions happen. This means that all of these big institutions will also need Ethereum. They need to keep it. Gas fees and transaction fees will all be in XRP, Ethereum, Solana, or whatever stablecoin they're using on that chain. So they'll have to buy it. The layer one coin will have to be theirs. Brock thinks that even though the steady coin market is growing to trillions of dollars, Ethereum could still go up between $10,000 and $15,000 per coin just because of this news. That makes sense to me, and Gold is also saying that XRP could go from $15 to $48 a coin. I want to tell you that this has nothing to do with XRP ETFs just because of this news. This has nothing to do with any big changes that the Ripple team is making to Swift or cross-border transfers. These are just stable coins. Now, when you see companies worth trillions of dollars putting all their money into stable coins and this plan, you have to believe that they're doing this for a reason. Really, I did explain why you guys are going to make a lot of money. It's going to be completely crazy. How much money do they stand to gain from this? They will do this, of course. All of these banks will have to learn a whole new way to do business. They need to go now. They are choking on their food to make this happen right away. We all know that, so keeping a stable coin doesn't make sense for us. For God's sake, it's the US dollar. Over the next 100 years, it will lose 98% of its value. That's not worth it. The US dollar will stay in our hands. What's the next best thing? Will we hold the coins that are being used for these deals? Boom. It's easy. You can use XRP, Ethereum, Solana, or any other cryptocurrency. All of them seem like good choices to me. I like XRP the most. People say we're still not out of the woods. There are still some things going on here that make me nervous. Okay, since the UK lowered their rates, inflation has gone up to 3.8%. There is more unemployment and prices are going up. A lot more people are going bankrupt. A lot of scary things are happening right now. It's clear that the Fed wants to do two main things. It's important to keep prices and you. To be clear, I don't think Trump cares about this. I also don't care about this because I know that paper money is dead. When it comes to people who use money, inflation doesn't really mean anything today because our system doesn't help them. Another way to say this is that we need a new system. Fiat money is dead, and we can see it fall apart right in front of our eyes. And this is what everyone is remembering. Digital goods must be owned because they can't be printed out and lost. It is impossible to control them. The government can't spend too much on them. That doesn't work. So this makes sense. In terms of our money, this is the next step forward. Everything is going to play a part in this, from stable coins to digitizing real-world assets. Finally, the last and most important number of the day, debtor sales might be one of the most important ones, right? There have been 446 bankruptcies in the U.S. so far in 2025, which is officially 13% more than the pandemic level in 2020. The U.S. had 71 bankruptcies in July alone, which was the most in a single month since July 2020. The numbers are easy to see here. They're becoming more popular. There are more failures than ever before, which leads to more unemployment. Inflation is going up, it's all happening. There's no getting around the fact that this system is broken. This method doesn't help us. This system is broken. Things need to change in this system, okay? Also, I believe that XRP and other digital assets are the answer. From my point of view, this is the only way out because you can't print 1 billion XRP coins tomorrow and make all the ones that are already in circulation worth less. They'd get angry because they know this is why we're here. There is no way to make 1 trillion Bitcoins tomorrow. There is no way to make 1 trillion Solanas tomorrow. But that's what the USG overment always does with the dollar. That's why we're in this mess right now. Government debt and spending too much, making too much money. It's really that easy, and none of these issues exist in the world of cryptocurrency because it is so simple to manage how it works. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this market message. What do you think will happen? Do you think Trump will be able to do this? Do you think he'll free this person? Do you think he'll replace her with someone whose rates will go down? I can't wait for everything to happen. I was excited about crypto and its possibilities, and if it does happen, I'll be very happy. I also don't see any reason why XRP shouldn't go to $20 per coin this bull run. So if you want to see all the deals I'm making, every entry and every exit, you can find me on both Telegram and Discord. You can join my group, Crypto Crusaders, or BTCC right now. As soon as you make a deposit and sign up, you get entry. Just enter your email address and exchange user ID right here. It's really that simple. I'm pretty sure you guys will learn a lot just by being in that group, and I think it will make a huge difference in a lot of your lives. It has already changed a huge number of people. It's something that people always say in my notes and live streams. I really want all of you to be there. Remember that nothing I say in this movie is meant to help you with your money. You can read my full warning below, and please also click on Levi